You're watching with BlackPerspective.net, and you're watching last week on BlackPerspective.net, February the 1st, 2009, Super Bowl Sunday. We're back on our regularly scheduled day after getting a bit off track last week. And what we do here is we just discuss what's happened on the blog BlackPerspective.net in the last week. So we'll be doing a review, getting right to it. The first post from last week was in regards to getting up that video that threw us off track in the first place. And that was the Obama inauguration speech commentary part 1. I posted that video Monday, and what I did with that series of videos, there's 3 series of videos. You can watch it right here on this YouTube channel as well, Black Perspective Net, or you can watch all 3 of them at blackperspective.net. And what I did was just play parts of Obama's inauguration speech and give some commentary, some things for thought in regards to what he had to say in the speech. So that's pretty simple. It's all audio video, and you can watch that. The next post that we had last week was entitled Black Blog Roundup, Obama, MLK, Oscar Grant, and Scooter Libby. What I did here was just went around the Afrosphere and found some interesting posts from different black bloggers. One from a Political Season, one from Super Spade, and the other was Field Negro. One of them I'm going to just talk about real quick. One of the posts that's a part of this roundup post is from a Political Season called If you are too scared to criticize Obama for fear of being called a racist, then keep your mouth shut. And the guy, I forget his name, at Political Seasons, he's actually a kind of a black conservative. But anyway, he was saying he was listening to a lot of conservative-leaning radio in the past week about these people saying they couldn't criticize Obama because they'd fear of being called racist, and he's basically telling them to shut up because if they had valid points to make, they should make their case and they would have nothing to fear. And my thing is the same thing. Only reason they have anybody would have a reason to fear being called racist simply for criticizing Obama or his policies or ideals is if they were planning on saying something racist. Only racists have a fear of being called racist. It's basically people complaining because they can't get away with saying racist things. If you actually have a valid point of criticism, or even an invalid point of criticism about Obama's actual policies, and you're actually talking about his policies and criticizing what he's putting forward, then there's no reason you would fear that any legitimate person is going to call you racist. That's just a ridiculous notion. It's basically a roundabout way of trying to bash black people and pretend that that we're such whiners and we false whine about racism, so that anytime anything is said against someone who is black, that there are going to be false claims of racism. They're basically trying to insulate themselves so they can say things and then say, look, I'm just being attacked only because these whiny liberals and black folks are attacking us just because that's the way they are, and they're the ones on the attack. It's kind of just a way to insulate themselves so they can say racist things and not have to be held accountable for it. I voted for Barack Obama, and I could criticize his policies all the time. I criticized him during the campaign, even while I was supporting him, because just because I support you doesn't mean I think everything you do is okay. I don't care for this so-called stimulus package. I don't think it's a stimulus package. I think it's well overloaded. It doesn't address a lot of the necessary problems. It doesn't address the underlying issue behind the economic crisis, which is the home foreclosures, and I don't like it. And I don't have a problem saying it. And I'm not self-hating racist against my own people. So that's just bogus nonsense by people who want to be able to say racist things and not be held accountable for it. The next post I put up is just kind of lighthearted thing. It's called Sears is bringing back layaway. So apparently during the Christmas season, layaway was real popular. And if you came up back in the day it's definitely in the 80s, at least from my experience, layaway was very popular. And from my experience, it was very popular with black people. And so I just found it funny that they're bringing layaway back. And I just kind of asked the question, which of y'all black folks is responsible for this? Because I know what black people's doing to get this brought back. It's like layaway is great. It's like having credit, but you don't have to have good credit to get it. So it's great if you need to use it, I guess. Just a little lighthearted thing that I found humorous. Next, we had Eartha Kitt, BlackPerspective.net's Black Beauty of the Month. Well, BlackPerspective.net Beauty of the Month is what it's called. And this is straightforward and simple. Say R.I.P. to the late Eartha Kitt, We all know she passed away last month. She was a very talented singer, actress, dancer who was nominated for I think a Tony, a Grammy, and an Oscar. Was it? It was like one of very few people who were nominated for all three. Anyway, it's in the post, and what the post is that every month I do have a series where I do a beauty of the month and highlight different types of black beauties. And so um, I wanted to do this last month when she passed, but I didn't get around to getting the post up. I got it this month, and it's a pictorial of her going from way back in the day uh, through some up through the 90s, I believe. And also, I put some biographical information interspliced in between the pictures. So it's a pictorial and it's a biography in remembrance of the late great Eartha Kitt. The next post that we had this week is getting back to a very serious issue, and this is reprising the Dunbar Village situation. If you're not familiar with that, it's a case that took place back in May or June of 2007 down in Florida, Palm Beach. I think it actually is West Palm Beach, and there's a housing project called Dunbar Village. And I've been covering this thing since soon after this horrific incident transpired. I've been covering it since about September of 2007 with multiple posts updating throughout as this case has progressed forward. And what this case entails, where these teenagers, male teenagers, broke into this apartment with this mother and her 12-year-old son at the time resided, and they gang raped the mother, beat up the son. It was about 6, 7, 8 different male teenagers, and they even forced the mother to perform oral sex on her son. So this is a really sick case, and a lot of guys got arrested. There's been different twists and turns in the case, and I posted some of the older posts that articles that I wrote about the case in at the bottom of this one, so you can kind of track back and catch up. But anyway, what this current article is about is just about the fact that now 3 of the teenagers who were arrested and charged with this case about a year ago are finally set to go to trial this May. One of them has already pled guilty a while back and turned state's evidence that he'll be testifying against the other 3. So that's the latest news on Dunbar Village. You can check that out. The next post at blackperspective.net is Blackwater now limited in Iraq. This is about Blackwater, the security firm, the private security firm that operates in Iraq, protecting diplomats. Even the United States government outsources the protection of their diplomats to Blackwater and other private institutions who have American businesses who have business in Iraq. Use Blackwater Security based in North Carolina. The thing about them is this firm is known for using very heavy-handed tactics, and I basically call them a mercenary army, which is basically what they are. They're basically our army for hire. And a couple of years ago, they killed a number of Iraqi civilians. They even have a helicopter gunship where they bombed out a car and everything for no reason that they could ever legitimately explain why they use these heavy-handed tactics against people who were civilians. They claimed they thought somebody had a gun, and they just basically blew up a whole public block, more or less. They basically opened fire, rocket fire on the car, machine gun fire on this open street with people all in the street. And I believe they killed 17 Iraqi civilians, 4 of them who were charged for the guards. And so the Iraqis have now said that Blackwater will not be allowed to guard American diplomats or foreign diplomats in Iraq any longer. But strangely, they're still going to be allowed to operate in Iraq in some certain fashion for private industry. So it's kind of confusing, but the article that details it and lays it all out is posted inside my post. Next, we have what I posted on Friday was a video of Casey Anthony hearing from this morning. I kind of made mention that I wish missing black kids could get this kind of wall-to-wall coverage. Not that I have any problem with the fact that the little girl Kaylee Anthony is getting coverage for her case, and hopefully she will get justice. But while I don't take away from anyone else, it's just a shame that only certain people ever get this type of coverage. And with all of the other people who go missing, in a case like Kaylee Anthony, the media uses it for sensationalism